How algorithms are aligned with the human decision-making process. Search engines and social media platforms make income by selling ads, and they only make income from an ad if a person actually clicks on the ad. The way that an algorithm works is it has two goals. The first goal is to present information to the user or the visitor in order to identify what their interest is and what is happening in their life and what sort of thought process they're going through in the moment or over a long period of time, so that the search engine and social media platform can put content in front of that user that will be interesting to them or useful to them. The second goal of an algorithm is, of course, to lead that user or visitor closer and closer to clicking on an ad. And I want to show you how this works. Let's say I decide I want to go on vacation. I don't know where, but I know I want to go somewhere beautiful. So I do a Google search for beautiful villages in Spain. And Google is presenting to me information about beautiful villages in Spain. And the information that they're presenting to me is coming from articles that have been published. For example, 15 of the most beautiful villages in Spain is coming from The Points Guy. Here are some additional questions that people are asking about beautiful villages in Spain. What is the most beautiful town in Spain? Which part of Spain is the most beautiful? And if you click on these arrows, you can get information about that question listed by someone in an article, thecoolest.com, 9 most beautiful places in Spain. And as you scroll through, you will notice that there are no ads to be found. And this is because at this point, Google doesn't know what my goal is. They don't know if I'm doing a research paper, and so they're not going to present ads to me because their advertisers will not get any value at this moment from me clicking on an ad because it's not clear what my goal is. So I'm going to click on beautiful villages in France. And again, I get listings of beautiful villages in France. No ads. Now let's say I change my search to tours of beautiful villages in France. All of a sudden, we start to see ads because it's clear that I am interested in a tour of a village in France. And so you will find ads. Viking River Cruises, French Side Travel, Firebird Tours. These are ads. And you will find other booking sites that will appear in the listings organically. They're not paying anything. They have content that is relevant to my search, and Google is presenting them to me here. Now, let's say I decided I want to go to Paris. So I'm going to change my search to tours of Paris. I'm getting very specific now. Here we have ads. And I decide that I want to see Paris from the water. So I do a search for tours of Paris by boat. This is very specific. It's very clear what I want to do. As you start to scroll down the results of my search, you will see an ad, again, for Viking River Cruises, some additional informational sites, and then you start to see boat tour agencies. And you get specific information about individual tour companies. And these listings here are actually their Google My Business profiles. And so you can get their ratings, you can get a link to their website and directions. And again, these are the Google My Business listings. Let's try a different kind of search. Let's say I broke a window in my house and I need to repair it, and I'm thinking I'm going to repair it myself. So I do a search for how to repair a window. And again, Google knows that I have a broken window now and that I'm doing research on how to repair a window. So it presents some how-to articles. And if you scroll down, you will see articles by the Home Depot, Better Homes and Garden, How Stuff Works. These websites have published articles based on what they know people are going to be looking for, with the hope that you will click on their article and engage with them. But let's say I realize, okay, I do not have time to do this. I need some help. So if I just do a search for window repair, then Google shows me ads for companies in my area who will do window replacement, and also we'll start to see these Google My Business listings, because this is the sort of search that Google recognizes is something that I need something local. So they're presenting to me these local listings on Google My Business. I want to explain to you a little bit how this works. Here I am on my local paper, the Marin Independent Journal, and boom, up pops another ad. Meetup, 20 years of real friendships, start a group. If you watched my previous video about the human decision-making process, I showed you another example of a Meetup ad that had come up for me. Here's another ad that Meetup is showing to me. And it recognizes, it knows that I've been to the website and that I'm a member. How does it know that? I'm going to show you. Here is the Future Bright website. This is my boutique agency. We do website design, digital marketing training, and Boldcraft is the program that came out of my own journey wanting to provide additional services to my website design customers. You can do this on any website. If you right-click, a menu appears and you can select View Page Source. What you will see is the code that has created the web page that you're looking at. And if you do a search, for example, let's do a search on the code for my home page, Google. Here we have Google Tag Manager. There is a tag on my website provided by Google that tracks visitors, how many people are coming, where they go. It's on every page of my website. If I do a search for Facebook, you will see also there is a Facebook pixel on this website. So anyone who comes to my website who has a Facebook account, Facebook will know, hey, this user of Facebook has gone to this website. And that's how they can send ads to me. Also, if you do a search for LinkedIn, you will see that I also have a LinkedIn tracking system on the Future Bright website. And there are many others. For example, CRMs that you might use, third-party CRMs might have a pixel that you put on your website. So on the back end of all of these websites are ways that they can determine where you're going on the website. And this helps the website owner improve their user experience. And it also allows them to do things like show you ads. So when I go to the Marin IJ, they can show me an ad. And now, look, they're showing me a Quest ad because I recently had labs done at Quest. So that's how that works. And yes, it seems a little bit creepy, but also what it does is it allows you as the business owner to reach out to your customer, and it allows me as the individual to, when I am presented ads, they're not totally random and unrelated to my interest. So here I have my local Marin Independent Journal showing me Meetup, which I'm involved with a lot, and Quest, which is where I'm getting my lab work. Here is an example of an ad that popped up, and it is exactly using terminology that I had put into a Google search. I did a Google search for lead generation compared to demand generation because I was doing some research into the common terminology and I wanted to write something about it. And here pops up an ad, lead generation versus demand generation. What's the difference? The way this works is that inside of Google, Facebook, and really any of the social media platforms or search engines, they have ad options for you that are aligned with these different places in the customer journey. For example, both Google and Facebook have ads for brand awareness. And these ads are going to be shown to people that they think will be interested in your product or service, but don't yet know about it. They also have ads for website traffic, for people who have become aware of you, they're considering you, and you can send an ad to them, like in the examples that I've shown to you, reminding them that you're there, that you have a solution for them, and that they should come and explore further. They have retention ads. So let's say, for example, you've joined Meetup or you've made a purchase on a website. They can present to you ads to come back and take a look at they can present to you ads from their catalog. They know you're already interested, you're already a customer, and they can show you additional products that you might be interested in. What does this mean to you as a business owner or a business manager? You need to be creating and publishing content so that it is relevant to the objective of the algorithms that are an integral part of social media and search engines. For example, as we have seen, in order to reach people in the awareness phase, you need to have articles published. You can run an ad to try to get people in this awareness level, but it is extremely expensive because it's such a broad reach and you don't know how many of those people are actually looking for what you're offering. Awareness ads are really for people who have a big budget to run ads, or they're startups and nobody knows about them, so they have to run awareness ads. In the consideration level, this is when you can start to use ads and heavy use of social media because they've come into contact with you in some way. Either they visited your website, they saw an ad, they interacted with someone told them about you, maybe they saw you through a search. This is when you can use retargeting ads, either website retargeting ads or your social profile retargeting ads, to reach out to them and continue to inform and educate them about your solution. When you are walking them closer to making that purchase, this is when it's really important that your website is set up properly for them to come in and easily engage with you and learn about the details of what you're offering. And this is when you also can use those retargeting ads to let people know, hey, remember you were at my website yesterday when you were doing some research. I'm still here. I'd love for you to come and check out our solution. And with retention also, this is when you are, of course, going to be initiating these manual emails or automated emails to remind them that you're here and that they can come back and that you have additional services. But as we saw in the previous slide, you can also do retargeting ads to let them know of additional products in your catalog or some new event or something that's happening that you think they would be interested in. And then finally, again, articles. Content that secures you to search engines and social media platforms as an expert in your field and will present information to users as they're out there doing search. And you can maintain that ongoing relationship and excitement around your brand by having events, either online or live events, and publishing them in the proper way so that Google puts them on the list of upcoming events. As you know, with each video, I like to provide one thing that you can do right now. First and foremost, you need to make sure that you have a Google My Business profile set up and fully filled out with all of your services. You already have that set up because you're just ahead of the game. Then the second thing that you can do is do a search like your customer would do if they were looking for your services, and then write 1 to 3 short articles based on the People Also Ask section of the search results. I hope that this video has given you an explanation of how algorithms work and how you can use them to your advantage to help guide your customer closer to making a purchase from you.